Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about the Smoked Dope 2016 fan base and the words LARP and newgen, or terms rather. I've also been kind of procrastinating this video for like a month, and that's why there's been a lack of content. I've also been procrastinating like other videos. Like I'm going to make a video about memetic warfare, like maybe tomorrow in a few days, like how memes about certain sensitive topics really makes you forget about shit like what the CIA pushes out their CIA meme department makes you forget about certain people's deaths and shit like it worked with Charlie Kirk, George Floyd, uh fucking I don't know who else, but I'm gonna maybe I don't think the video is gonna be too crazy deep about it, but be making another video soon, maybe more videos and about certain shit. Also, sorry if my voice sounds a little shaky or like, I don't know, fucking just quiet. Cause like, I don't know, I've been kind of losing my voice a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully, I'm not getting sick or anything. I just feel a little something in my throat. I think it's enough intro for now, but like, let's get into it. So, I'm making this video about the Smoke Dope 2016 TikTok fan base and not like maybe the fan base as a whole, maybe some of it, but the fan base just kind of pisses me off on TikTok because just because these people have been listening to him since he started making music in 2022, they feel entitled to something greater, like they're elitist in some way, and they like to call newer fans new gens. And Smoke Dope's been a fairly newer artist, three years in, four almost, and it's just really dumb because I feel like this is something that's ruining like underground music or music in general. It's just people talking about how like no, calling new people who listen to music new gens or just discovering the artist, just getting into it from TikTok, calling them new gens, and even Smoke Dope 2016 himself stated in the Our Generation Well podcast that he didn't even like like these fans. Just the fans that say new gen or the quote was on Twitter, I hate how Smoked Dope 2016 is getting TikTokified. Or actually, the quote was from Reddit, but the point still stands. Here, I'll even add the clip in from the man himself.
Oh man, I hate this. I hate this shit so much. Look, you can even see the comments to the upvotes. Like, this is some lame shit, bro. You know, we got artists out here. These artists are trying to live off this music shit, trying to make a way. But these people worry about being cool and like new gen versus old gen, but fuck all that. You know, if you know you were on something early, don't trip. You were on it early. Like, that's all, man. That shit's lame.
And yeah, I feel like I can relate to these people in some way with like some bigger artists like Lil Darky or Suicide Boys because they started making more digestible music, and I don't think Smoke Dub 2016 started making more digestible music. He just started making more experimental beats, more interesting, unique beats. But that's, Little Fitted Cap, his producer, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. But Lil Darky, I remember I started listening to Lil Darky in 2022, and I think he's been around since like 2015, and he was a very controversial artist, a very edgy artist. He would make, you know, some sort of extreme, maybe, that it could be seen as music, controversial, extreme, edgy. Um, and people maybe even thought he was racist because he would say the N word, even though he was like Indian. And I think he may be a little bit black. I don't really care as a mixed person, half and half, half white, half black. I don't care if he says the N word, but I just remember back in 2022, people used to hate Darky because his music was controversial, very edgy. It seemed like he'd make songs like Holocaust, Monday Gun Day, Genocide, the list goes on. But he started making more digestible music, and now I'm thinking to myself, as a person who has been a fan of him since 2022, I'm like, what the fuck? Because his music's easier to listen to now, and you'll hear people who maybe used to hate on you back then for listening to music definitely listening to his music now because he's made easy to listen to music. And same with Suicide Boys. People still hate Suicide Boys. People have like always like hated them for some reason, and some people have said some very extreme things about them because they don't like them or they don't like their style of rapping. They don't like their beats maybe, but now I wouldn't really say that the Suicide Boys have fallen off, but I don't really like their last two new albums, and it brought in a whole wave of a new audience for people to discuss like some of their struggles, but at the same time, like it started I just started seeing it all over my TikTok feed, and it was getting like kind of overplayed. It's the new album Thy Kingdom Come. That's not as new. It came out in August, but then I Will Be Done. I haven't even listened to that for a second time because I don't really prefer their new type of style. I don't like their new type of music, but it's easier for newer listeners to get into, and it doesn't really matter for Suicide Boys because they're already such huge artists and they've been around for 12 years or more. Yeah, about the whole TikTokified fucking overplaying thing. I'd say Smucked Up 2016 only has like one overplayed song, and that would be In the Party. That's like the total new gen anthem. But yeah, I don't really hate the new Darky fans. I just don't prefer to listen to his newer music because I like his older music. And The Future Was Dark wasn't a bad album. And I wouldn't say Smoked Up 2016 has fallen off either or anything like that, but he started to make different music from his scam rap, and maybe people don't like that. I don't really like his scam rap era. I think he's gotten better with the newer music he makes, like, and even like less new, like when he started the 2016 album, The Come Up. But I feel like people are using these words wrong because it's like a new gen, like in the true form, would be somebody who just like listens to In the Party on repeat. Like maybe I could be considered a new gen because I literally just discovered Smoked Up, like not even maybe a few months ago, and I'm like, yeah, bro, I like this guy, and I feel like a true definition of a new gen would just be repeating the same song over and over again. Like they only listen to one song or they only post to one song, and that's could be Into Party, fucking I don't know, East Bay. That could be another one. Yeah, when people get into a new artist, they don't really listen to like albums or anything. They don't listen to, obviously don't listen to whole albums, but they just listen to a few songs in their rotation. And you can't really get mad at them for that, especially if the artist is like small and like I wouldn't describe Smoke Dope 2016 as a small artist. He's pushing almost a million monthly listeners, but you know, he only has around 200,000, maybe 235,000 followers who actually follow him and not just listen to his music. And I think it's just dumb because he's not mainstream. He's like, I don't know, I think he's getting there because you'll ask somebody random in public who Smoked Up 2016 is, they will not know. They will not, I mean, maybe they will, maybe they heard one song. He's not like irrelevant, he's not like secret, he's not unknown completely. But he's also not just like a huge artist. He's pushing Xavier So bass numbers. Like they're pretty much identical in Spotify stats. But it's like still if you like this artist so much and you like saw them come up like in 2022 or very early on and you want to just attack any new people that listen to the artist is really like dumb, because if that's your favorite artist, why not support them? And instead of condemning the new fans, it's like, if it's your favorite artist, why wouldn't you want them to succeed? Why wouldn't you want to see them succeed? Even though I don't really listen to Darky that much anymore, maybe I'll revisit his music a few times, but I'm still not gonna be like, oh, he's popular now, I don't like him, I'm gonna go listen to somebody else. I just like kind of grew out of listening to him. I listened to him probably like damn near every day till like 2024 and 2025. And same with like Suicide Boys, is like, yeah, they're getting really popular. They're, reaching new fans. And even if I see certain things like new fans or something that I don't like, I'm not gonna go attack people because I'm a mature person. I'm not some fucking retard on the internet who's gonna be like, oh, new gen. Oh, you're a new gen. LARP, LARP, new gen. Fucking dumbass. Just like go on with my day and just not care about it. Because like the Suicide Boys are doing great. They got sober, they're closer to God, they're with Christianity and stuff. And people are hating. It's bad. It's like the old fans like turned on them because it's like, oh, they don't do drugs anymore, or oh, they were better when they did drugs, and they were better back in 2015. It's just like when the old fans start to show their like true colors. It's like it's kind of bad with Suicide Boys. Like they really just say they were better on drugs. And even with Suicide Boys, it's bad, like with the whole new gen thing, because people just like, oh, you're fucking youngin'. You haven't been listening to them since like 2012. You haven't been listening to them since 40 ounce and sober, or fucking Eternal Gray, Gray slash Gray. I could name a million albums, Gray Gods Part 2. But yeah, it's just really crazy to me to see how far people will go to call people new gens, even if an artist like Smoked Up 2016 has stated they do not like their fans attacking other fans for being newer to their music. And I don't know, maybe these people just hate seeing people happy, including the artists themselves. Like Suicide Boys fans, Smoked Up 2016 fans would maybe like to see new people listening to the music, which is really dumb because music is something sacred, and because it's sacred, people shouldn't be gatekeeping it. I don't think anything should be gatekeeped. And I think this started from the metal genre. It really did. And it started with the words poser. It's like, oh, you're a poser. You listen to Slipknot. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like those bands either. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like all the popular bands like Slipknot, Korn, and Limp Bizkit. I mean, yeah, like their older stuff, like Korn's self-titled album. Basically their first four albums, and then that's really it. Slipknot self-titled, and Limp Bizkit, hot dog flavored water. Uh, I think it really just started with the metal genre, and maybe people just want to be more like those people. But you know, people will call you a poser, I guess, if you don't listen to like fucking black metal, shitty ass fucking black metal, where they had a motherfucker's friend dead body as the album cover, and then like people will call you a poser, I guess, if you don't listen to fucking Zavleg or anything similar, any black metal. I'm sorry, dude, I don't listen to fucking Norwegian black metal, fucking dickhead. And a lot of the times it's rage bait, but there is also a lot of people being serious, saying new gen, poser, larp, you know, you weren't listening to this artist since fucking Jesus Christ was born. And the word new gen doesn't really piss me off as much as the word LARP because we should just go back to saying poser instead of LARP because that word LARP gets overused. That term gets overused a lot more than new gen. And people should just be saying poser. Let's just all go back to saying poser instead of LARP because you sound like a fucking dumbass. And one of the only use cases that LARP should be really used in is when somebody's pretending to have money when they're a millionaire. They're trying to look like a billionaire. They got all these fucking watches, money, and shit. Maybe money that's not even theirs. Maybe flexing in a car that's not even theirs. You know, I could go on and on about the word LARP. It's such a shitty fucking term that it's so overused and boring. These people are so fucking unoriginal. I'm probably going to keep this video a little bit shorter because I don't know how long my last one was. I think it was like 30 minutes, but I really could go on and on about these terms. Fucking LARP, new gen, fucking people just using these words wrong. People, I really just think people should go back to saying poser instead of all these dumbass new terms. Gen Z just comes up with all these new terms every year, every second almost, every goddamn second almost. But I'm gonna end this video here because I've been making this since like I don't know 3 something in the morning and it is 5:40 a.m. right now. So yeah, but like Jim Carrey said, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.